Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's time to kit up a painting. I have currently done every single painting that I had kitted up. So Diamond Art Club Mother Earth is done, Small Zest, Add More Zest logo is done, and all my mini houseplants and cocktails are also done. So you will see various de-kittings as I break those down over the next couple of weeks probably. I'm going to try and work in so that when I diamond paint on an evening or in an afternoon, with it being Easter, I'm going to try and do more my mini Heaven and Earth design, which is this one, Mini Beautiful Light. I'm currently like right up here. I'm going to try and make a nice bit of headway in between, but I do still want to do some more than normal whip and chats with you guys, because I still have lots of comments and I feel like that's something I want to be a bit more up to date with if I can. So I'm going to kit up a large painting for that purpose, and it's going to stay in my craft room, and it may get to the point eventually where I work on it at different times, but for now it's going to be a with you guys painting, but for that I need it kitted up. So I have all my current ones that are entered in my logbook. So I have got a painting that I am yet to unbox from Carrot Art. I also have Picasso from Diamond Art Studio. They are two large paintings that are not on this wheel because they're not yet either unboxed or in my logbook. So we're going with what I have. So these are them all so far. So let's see which one the app decides for me. Oh, Flying Feathers. So Flying Feathers. Let me get that one and I'll show it you. I have paintings all over the place. I know where it will be. I just need to figure out which one it is. Is that it? Nope. Is it? No, it's not that one. Bear with me, because I know it's in here. Or is it that smaller one? Or was it a double-sided tape one? I know it's not in a box, which means I know it's on this line of paintings I have here. But I have quite a few. Oh, I think I found it. I found it. Okay. I have a Kallax unit, or two Kallax units under my desk, and in the far right is where my large ones not in boxes go. So they are tucked on the shelf and I sort of just have to flip through to see which one is which. So it's picked Flying Feathers. This is a 50 by 50. So this could have potentially gone up as maybe a smaller painting. To me, this is a bigger painting, but this one is from Prism Diamond Painting. I love this sticker they put that says keep the cover this way. It is a poured glue, and I'm pretty sure it's a square. Yes, it's a square. So it's a 50 by 50 square. We are going to have, oh, it's not too bad. We do still have a lot of white. They actually use the symbol ecru as well, which is a cream. It's going to be fun because when I de-kit, but there's quite a blocks of colour, but then there is some confetti in with it. I've had this one for quite a while. There are a few in my stash that I've had for a while and a few that I haven't. So that's the painting. I'm going to go into my square diamonds and find the diamonds for them, which is easier. It does come with an inventory sheet, which is awesome, and it's baggies, even better. How many colours do we have? I've got 2 sheets, 30. So we have 30 colours. I want to say we do have the sheet here. So what I need to find now is storage. So you're going to hear some rustling because I've got some unboxings here that I need to do. And let's go for, my 30 is being taken up. One of the kids have it. So I think I'm going to go for a 42. We just have a look. I think I've got a few of 3865. Other than that, oh, my other option was to use my dot box. However, I have taken out some of my dot box containers to use them with my mini paintings. And I actually haven't put those back yet. The other thing I could use is my Elizabeth Ward. That might work better for this because then I can put some of the bigger ones in the bigger boxes. So let me just grab that. Oh, that one is tucked behind some packing boxes. It's all fun today. Okay. Boxes that your orders go in are propped up. So this is the Elizabeth Ward and Company storage. Do we have at least 30 in this? I think we do. Okay, so that's 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, we've got at least 30. Okay, let's go with Elizabeth Ward because I've not used this for a while and I do like to mix up my storage when I can. So we're going to go with the Elizabeth Ward storage containers, which will allow me to at least put some of these bigger ones in the big tubs. Do they have, oh they do have quantity. Okay, so I could get really organised here. Let's move this out of the way just to help prevent any static working on top of it. So that's definitely the one I've got the most of, followed by B, which is 3756. So then it's the most of that one, and then so we've got 3,000 for 762. Okay, so they're the 3 that I have the most of, so they can go in my 3 large ones. Then I have 10 of this next size down. So let's go for, what have we got that's got over 1,000? 3072. I mean, you can sort of work it out by the bags. 3743. I've got these all upside down. 3743. I've already done that one. Okay, so that's all the ones that are over 1,000. So now let's see how many we have over 500. So is Ecru, oh sorry, Ecru's over 1,000. I thought that bag seemed quite big. So we want 371, which looks to be a green. There it is, 371 as a possible. 647, 648. Where are you? There you are. 648, 729. Trying to get them all the right way over. So 729, 742. I think I'm going to have too many. So let's go by viewing. So those 3 are definitely. That's a big one. That's a big one. They're still biggish. That's biggish. Okay. How many have we got? 5. And then of those 5, 743 is 600. but 371's only 500. So let's go for those. And then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, so 16 of the others. So let's go for anything that's not showing as a really, really small amount. 2, oh, that's showing as small. 3, 4, 5, what's the next biggest? 6, 7, 8, they're all about the same now. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm only going to have one that's going to move over to the tiny, tiny ones. Am I going to fit all of those in one of those? No. Okay, so I've only got one that I need to move over. So if I have a look on here, 3371 is the one that it says I need the least of. So that can go in the smallest container. And that's how I'll do it. So they're the biggest, they're the medium, shall we say, they're the small, they're the tiny. Let's go that way. I need to trim down these for stickers. So I'm going to cut as close as I can on each side because this is quite big symbols on here. But I think this storage box will be able to take it because I'll just stick them across the front of each one. The only one that might struggle with the bigger sticker is this one. And I might just cut the sticker in half and put half on either side for the purposes of one box. That's not too bad. Cool. Don't need that bit. Ooh, oh, I have just completely ripped the paper because my blade obviously is not playing happy today, but that's fine. I can still read it. And then if I get hold of a pair of scissors, this is going to be a fun one to get through my sticker maker because there is only one, but I don't want to put the excess through because that's a waste. And then I'm going to cut the top section off and the bottom section off. There we go. And I'm going to grab my Xyron sticker maker. Now I might have to put this one through this way just to make it attach. Okay, so that one's attached. And then this one I can feed through this way. And I want to try and make it as straight as possible. Because if it's not straight, the further and further you get down, the more unstraight it becomes. Okay, it's becoming unstraight, so I am going to chop it as far down as I can. Can we see the end is hanging off? And I'm going to try going straight again and see if I can get the rest through. There we go. Bit of a botch job, but hey, it's all the changing storage stress. So rub off, and that will take all the excess sticky off the back of this sheet and put it on here. So that is stuck to me. So you can see, well, you might not be able to, oh, that's better. So you can see where it's stuck on the back of the sticker, it's clear, and where there's sticky left, it's here. So that's where the ecru was, and then we've got the strips. So that is all rubbish alongside all of this cover sheet. I do often keep the image that is on here, but the colouring on this, I don't know, it just seems to be a little bit off. Maybe it's not, but it seems it to me. So I think I'll use my own pictures for that one. And then let's cut through the stickers this way, because I don't want to cut all the way through the stickers, because then I just end up with this pile of them on my desk. I want to just cut through but keep them still attached to this sheet so that I can work with them and peel them off. Now, I could still, and I think I'm going to try and see how it works, still put these in an order. Are they all letters or is there some numbers? Well, they're not going to be all letters. There is some numbers because there's only 26 letters in the alphabet. So unless they did upper and lowercase. So we'll do these in the order I like to do them, which is letters followed by numbers. To me, that's the way that makes sense. And then we can play the hunting game. But because I've already sorted out which boxes go with which, it should be a bit easier to be able to put them in here in order. So A is 3865. So we're starting off with the mammoth one. And we'll pop the label on the box and see how many we get in. I don't think this whole bag will fit though. Oh, and we have static. Beautiful. I've got diamonds jumping all over my desk already. I think it's going to be dryer sheet time. Okay, let's not go too mad. We do have static. Now, as annoying as static is, it does often mean, or static is more likely to happen in the nicer quality diamonds. So it's one of those. Static's not nice to deal with, but it normally means your diamonds are nicer. So I have a gift here of dryer sheets that were sent to me. So I'm going to cut some of these up. Ooh, try not to nip myself would be a good idea. I find you don't actually need too much of a dryer sheet to be able to help. I'm going to see if I can squeeze that one into those diamonds to help a little bit. And I'm going to pop some in this bag that's already got static, or that is full of staticky diamonds. And I'm going to rummage the dryer sheet around a little bit just to help all the diamonds stick to it, and we'll see how that is when it comes to me adding more. Now normally I would move my spare diamonds to these bags like I used for my extras for my diamond art club, but because there is so much static in these, I think I'm not going to annoy them any more than I should, or than they can take. So letter B. So the letter B is also the next big one. So maybe the letters are based on quantity, maybe? Because this is now going to the next biggest bag of diamonds. So I wonder if there is a method in their numbering system. So this one has a load of static. I have put a dryer sheet in the bottom of the pot, or a piece. Let's stick a piece in there and give it a good old rummage around. see if we can calm any of the diamonds in here down a bit. See if that helps. It's not necessarily going to get them all. Let's see if we can stop some of the jumping. It's definitely calmed some of them down. Not all though, so we're gonna have fun. It'll get easier the smaller the bags get, or I'm hoping it will. Just because the quantity of diamonds to mess about with will be less. So I'm hoping the further down we go, the easier it will be to take the static out of the diamonds. Come on. And I think a lot of the problem when kitting up is because you're getting all of the diamonds to try and come out, whereas when you're actually working on the painting itself, you're only tipping a few out of the pot. So when I go to work on this colour, I'll be tipping a few out of the pot onto the tray, and the first ones that tend to leave the container are the ones that don't have static. Those that have static like to stay in the bag and jump about in the bag unless they're forced out by another diamond or by me, like this. So when I'm actually working on a painting that has static diamonds, I find they don't tend to give me as much annoyance, because I just tip out the ones that actually want to behave to use. So there's actually 2 dryer sheets in that one. So C is 762. So they have actually done it, I'd say so, we've hit 3 now. They have done it in weight order. So this should make it even easier. Might not be in DMC order, but it is in weight order. Okay, I've got a couple of diamonds that I've missed, but I should have extras. So this should make it that we just work along the box, and that the ones I reach for the most are actually in these big pots at the front. These are entertaining though. We get to smaller bags for the next one, which should make it a bit easier. Okay, get off my finger. I have already put a dryer sheet in there, so let's put that one back in the bag and see if I can calm any down while I pick up these. If I'd have noticed, I got this one absolutely ages ago, this painting. If you do notice that you have static when you get a painting, you can always pop a dryer sheet in straight away and see if it will help to calm them down in between before you get to kitting up. Just trying to rub the dryer sheet over all parts of the bag and in turn the diamonds, and some of them come out easier and some of them are just little blighters and don't. Okay, so I got the rest of them out of that bag before hitting go after my camera saved, due to my memory, you know, it saves every now and then when it says had enough. So D is ecru, which is in here because I remember it. I like the fact it does this by weight, so I didn't need to do that last step and actually mess about with working out the sizes because they've already done it for me. So I'm just going to cut these bits of the dryer sheet up just to save myself a little bit of time. Hopefully it will save me time by doing them all now. and hopefully we won't have too much aggro with getting the rest in. One more. My hands are going to smell like flowers. Is it spring? I'm not sure what flavour it is. It just says original. Seriously good scent that lasts and lasts. It looks flowery, doesn't it? Okay, ecru. Let's pop a dryer sheet in. Give us a fighting chance now. Oh, they do all have static so far. Sometimes I find when you get static diamonds, it's not necessarily all of them. Sometimes some bags are fine and other bags aren't. But in this one, it seems to be all of them, though this one's not too bad. Could be worse. But there is less diamonds as well, so that always helps. Come on out, Ballastia, please. Don't need 2 dry sheets in there. Let's go for 1. Give it a shake, and I'm giving it a shake not to aggravate it, but to get the dryer sheet about as much as possible. Okay, so E3072, we're on a little roll. And I like the fact that my boxes can stay all lined up like they are already. This one looks like it has static. Oh yes, this one is mighty with it. So I'm putting the dryer sheet in the bag and trying to, especially around the edges of the bag that's got no diamonds on, trying to agitate it around to help the diamonds come out as much as I can. Though I do end up losing the dryer sheet and have to pop it back in. But the smaller bags are easier as well to sort of try and flick some of the diamonds out. Because you're putting the whole bag inside the pot, the diamonds don't have as much of a place to go. So it can sometimes be easier to get them to behave. Because the only direction they can go, even if they're agitated, is in the pot. Get most of them out, and then I'll just go fishing the rest out with tip of my finger just being damp so they've got something to stick to, and then knock them off into the pot. Okay, you can all calm your horses down in there. Okay, EF. F3743, which was the next one we had over 1,000. You see what I mean about the colouring potentially being off though? So that is 3743. That's the right colour for 3743, but the image on here looks to be a bit wrong. Let's see how we go without a dryer sheet, and then if I need to put one in, I will. Trying to miss out a step and not make this feel like it's taking an eternity. Now the bags are smaller. Let's see how many I can fight out. And just get out with my fingers. Because ideally I'd like them all in the pot until I've finished the painting and I know that I have enough. Because sometimes you never know if that one diamond that you left in the bag is one diamond that you need. I've not worked with a diamond painting from this company before, so I don't know its history of how much I would have left, or how many, extra diamonds they may potentially give. the last few paintings that I've worked with, I've had more than enough diamonds left at the end, and if I was working with one of those companies in static, I'd be more than happy leaving a few of them in the bag and just not taking this time to get them out. But I've not worked with one from Prism Diamond Painting before, so I don't want to test it. It's not worth the risk, because I'm definitely not keeping all these bags until I finish this painting, because it's going to take me longer because it's a square, and it's going to take me longer in the fact that I'm not doing it in an evening at the moment. I'm just doing it on Whip and Chats, so it'll take me quite a bit to sort of get going. So 3047, I had that. See, again, that's showing as green, but it's actually a yellowy colour. It's this one. And the static is alive. Well, it does fill me with good hope that these diamonds will snug together better. I often find that, say, if they are staticky, it's normally quite often that the diamonds are nicer, and it's often when they're nicer, especially with squares, that they do sit nicer as well. Okay, do we have an eye? No, but we do go up to a number 7, which is definitely more than 26. So there's no I, but we do have a J. And that is one of, I keep cross-checking the numbers that it is one of the ones that I class as a bigger packet. And it is. Though I think these would all fit in the smaller tubs just as much as they'll fit in these bigger ones. But I like to start from the big where possible. And especially with this having a lot of static, what I'll do once I've got through all of that, then I'll probably fill it up from this and only deal with the static of that once. Rather than just give myself a break from it, rather than having multiple pots with it in. Especially because it's only the smaller pots that I'd be able to put them in now. I don't quite know if 762 would have fitted in one of these pots to move stuff down. And there's only so much time I want to spend to figure all that out. And it's taken me long enough to kit up this painting. And I need to actually prep the painting yet as well. Get it into nice bite-size Whip and Chat chunks, and get some Whip and Chats in for this week with it. Get started, and you'll be able to see potentially how far I may or may not get on the painting. I thought there was still another one. It's attached to me. Okay, J. Do we have a K? We do. This is showing as green, but the actual diamond is brown. So I think their printer was definitely a little bit off. And that's the reason I'm not keeping hold of the image off the inventory sheet, because it is not going to give me a true reflection of the painting for my logbook. Okay, that's... Will this help these diamonds settle down? You see, they were all stuck to the side of the bag, and I've given it a good rummage around with that piece of dryer sheet. And there's still some that are sticking, but it's a lot less. So the dryer sheet in the bag, ruffled around, definitely helps. Whether it's any quicker, you can decide that, or whether it's just easier to get them to attach to your finger and then get them out, or whether you take one look at it, shove dryer sheets in, get the dryer sheet to touch all of the bag and leave them to settle. And go back to them another time. Oh! Okay. That was a very weird noise from me. And this is how you know I don't edit all the bad things out. I just went to shut that lid, forgetting how sensitive the lids can be on this Elizabeth Ward storage. It's actually, the lids are quite tough. They can be really tough to open. They get better the longer you have them. But because it's quite tough, it's actually spring loaded itself as I've gone to shut the lid, because I went to do it with one hand. Now, the diamonds definitely have less static than they did before, but I don't know whether they're actually going to like being shunned off the desk into a tray to then go into the pot. So I'm going to use a damp finger to pick them up, because I think that might be easier. I could use one of the sticky pads to pick them up. I did that in a recent tip and trick, but the sticky pad is actually, it's better when you spill it, you know, say on a floor that maybe has like a rug even. It can pick up bits of the rug as well, but it will definitely pick up your diamonds. And then it's easier to take them out than to try and pick them all out hand by hand off a rug. But on a flat surface, I find that that's often quicker. So I've kept hold of the tub this time. Okay, reset. Put all the bits back. Okay, L743. So this is showing as a bright yellow, which it is. It's not as yellow as it looks though. This is more of a yellow orange from what it's showing on the image. Okay. Piece of dryer sheet, and you could be less, say stingy. I'm not necessarily being stingy with the dryer sheets. I just find it easier to deal with the smaller sections. But you could cut a dryer sheet to more to the size of the bag so that you don't have to try and wrestle it around the bag as much. If you cut it the same size as the bag, then you'd be able to get all the side bits at the same time. They also like to stick behind where the sticker is as well. I've often thought I've got all the diamonds out of a bag and then realised that there's a load stuck on the sticker. Or to me. They like to stick to me too. Okay, two-handed close. Do we have an M? We do. Oh, this is a different number to what I had before. 3782. The weight of this bag is more than the weight of the other two, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull 3782 over. I think I may have done that one by numbers needed on the sheet, but we'll go with weight of the bag. So this is 4.01, whereas 3042 is 3.42. So this should actually have more diamonds in. And I don't think I'm going to have a problem fitting them in anyway. That bag didn't have a lot of static. How much easier was that? Okay, LMN729. That one does show as weighing more. But it's showing as a green and it's actually an orange. As long as the picture looks good when it's done, I'm happy. Back to static. Oh well, we got one that didn't have much. I suppose that's something. See how many of these I can get to jump out just by flicking the bag. And then I've just got 3 that are a bit stubborn. One more. Come on, you'll like it nicer in this pot. You'll be part of something bigger. Come on. There we go. So that is 3 of them done. The 3 rows. So what we're on, LMN O. O is here. And that is 371. 3.45. That one is slightly bigger though. That definitely looks as though it has more diamonds in. But we've got a system now. Let's stick with it. 371. Going in, looking a bright green, and it's definitely more of an olive green. See how many I can get out. Not that many. Oh, I'll just send them flying across my desk and go pick them up from there instead. Okay, let's stop flicking the bag. We need to get these diamonds in. How many have we got done so far? 13. It's not even halfway. I need more bags with less static, please. So I want that one. The other couple of bits are just what we call trash. So they can go on my floor. LMNOP. Do we have a P? We do. There's 3042. Finally, you get to go in a pot. You look green, but you get to go in a pot. So let's pop. And you're going to give up a fight as well. Just keep flicking the bag just to try and make some of them fall the right way or jump the right way. And then do what I did last time. Flick them all over the desk and realise that I should stop flicking them. Can you see a pattern forming in today's video? Don't be too aggressive with your diamonds because they'll bite you back, is the rule. So quite a few of them have just attached to my finger on their own because they're all the way up my finger and on my nail. Get in. I hope this picture looks nice when I've finished it. I think I had this with a few diamonds from the paint gem sets as well, was static. Not as many as this, but I definitely had it with some of them. And I don't know how much of it is just the manufacturing process. Okay, all right, we've got one rogue one, not fighting. Okay, Q. LMNOPQ. So Q is 225, so let's spread all these out a bit more so that I can find them. Find the numbers I need. My brain still keeps wondering what I'm going to do with the fact that I have an ecru as well. I'm sure there'll be a number conversion. Maybe I'll have to look that up when... See, ecru is a DMC code. So it might be a matter of I can't find... because it's DMC codes that tend to be used for the diamond painting diamonds. I probably won't find a code that is an exact match because what's the point? DMC do ecru anyway. But I might find a close match to it. And for anybody that's been diamond painting for a while, you will know that one colour from one company can be different to another company. It can sometimes be different within the same company based on the different dye lots for the diamonds. So 225 might look slightly lighter or slightly darker from another company. So I think if I can find a company, if I can find like the closest match to ecru in a DMC number, then it will probably be fine me putting the spare diamonds with it, because it will be close enough according to dye lots. And I've been diamond painting now for years. Am I on 3, 4 years? I forget what year I started. So therefore, I think it's 4 years now. And it's the first time I've had a painting with ecru. So I don't think it is a colour that is used by many companies. And it's definitely not used by companies that say I have multiple paintings from. So I have multiple paintings from Diamond Art Studio, multiple paintings from Diamond Art Club. I actually now have more than one large diamond painting from Carrot Art, and may end up with more now they ship to the UK. QRS. So if one of those companies did ecru, then I may create myself an extra card in my spare storage. I could pop an extra card in and just write myself a label with ecru, and it would be worth it, because I would be seeing that colour time and time again. But it's nice to have other options if you don't want to write yourself another sticker or do yourself another card. So for this painting, when I go to dekit it, I think I'll choose that option, because I'm not likely, you know, to have loads from Prism. Not that they're a company I avoid at all. I have loads of large paintings in my stash, as you probably saw by the wheel. My last painting, the one I've just done, Mother Earth, that I finished with you guys on video yesterday, that painting has taken me about 3 months. So I think I've got a good few years worth of paintings left at the moment. So let's not push it. Okay, T is 832, and that is not a lime green. It's a brown. That paused mid-pour. The bags are definitely getting lighter, because this now says 1.95 for the weight. So we're definitely getting less and less diamonds. So there'll be less of this colour on the painting than, of course, the bigger ones. And I only had a couple that gave me hassle. STU. We have 3790. That again is not a green, that's a brown. I thought this one didn't look like it had much static, but they were just all stuck at the bottom. It definitely still has it. Are we getting any more out, or are we just wasting our time? I think we're at the wasting our time point. So just dampening my finger. That's rubbish. That goes on my rug to get cleaned up later. It's actually nice to be doing one of my, what I class as one of my older paintings though. I've had this Prism painting for quite a while, and it's just, I've just never got round to kitting it up or doing it. Like, I like the image. I ordered it primarily to see what the company's delivery times and paintings were like, because I do like to show various companies in unboxings on my website. The unboxing was quite a few years ago. It wasn't gifted or anything. I did purchase it with my own pennies. But I say the main reason for purchasing it was to show, you know, more companies that are out there, and what makes them slightly different. So it's never, it's been one that I've just been happy with it being in my stash to do whenever. And that's why I like the Tiny Decisions app, because it's getting me through STUVW. It's getting me to do those paintings that I have had for a while. Not that I need forcing, but that it's always the newer paintings that you may have that feel a bit shinier, maybe, because they're newer. And you shouldn't discount the ones that you purchased because you liked in the first place, which is the case with this one. And that one, that bag was a little bit less static. I like it when that happens. UVWX. Do we have an X? We do. X. 3747. This one looks to be full of static. Come on. Makes it look like there's more diamonds in the bag than there really is when there's a load of static, because they just all line up straight like they do on your diamond painting, rather than getting themselves into little clusters when you pick up the bag and they all sink to the bottom. Makes it look like there's more than there actually is. Okay, WXY is 3363. And I do need some more dryer sheet, not a huge amount. So let's cut one end off and see how we go. We're working on smaller ones, so I can cut this up into smaller sections, because they're smaller pots. But I still think it's worth having them in there just to help calm them down. If I do find that I need to get to the bottom of the diamonds, it should help them come out of the pot a bit easier. Come on. No, let's just go in and get you, because I'm making a mess. You've got a longer kitting up video than I thought you'd get today. But when we play games while kitting up, like static games, it does take a bit longer. But that's fine, because I'm kitting up this one. I say it'll be a couple of weeks before I kit up the next one, because I want to try and make a little bit of headway on one of my Heaven and Earth designs, because I feel like they need a little bit of TLC, but I'm not quite ready to give the big one a lot of TLC, but I'm happy to give the mini one a bit of TLC, because it's easier to move to pack away than the big one if I take it into the conservatory, because the big one has 4 boxes of diamonds. I may do the big one more later, but I'm not now. Okay, number 3 is next. So we have missed out 1 and 2 in the numbers game. I'm guessing they've missed out 1, though they did miss out I, so maybe it's because they're both similar. I don't know why they've missed out 2. I'm just trying to have a look if there's any letters that are similar. Maybe they've done it because of the letter S. Though they didn't need to miss out 1 because they didn't put I. Or maybe they did it so that you didn't confuse between the 2 of them. Who knows? It's still all letters and numbers though, which I quite like. They're easier to repeat in your head multiple times. It's letters and numbers when you're trying to remember what colour you're doing as you're dotting about. It's easier to repeat the number 4 in your head than it is to repeat flower, flower, flower. If, for example, you're working with the symbol of a flower. But sometimes the symbols are prettier. So, to be honest, as long as the symbols are clear and readable and not too similar to each other, I'm a happy bunny. I have more diamonds that have got loose. Okay, so 5 is next. We're nearly there. We nearly have won the game of static. 3 more bags to go. And then I can do the fun part, which is prepping the canvas. And then, when I've finished filming this video, I might go and make myself a brew, and maybe I'll come and do the first section as a whip and chat, because I want to do a few extra whip and chats each week. Though by doing a few extra whip and chats, I do end up with extra comments, but eventually it will even itself out. I might even do a mammoth one day when I have a bit of time. We shall see. So we did get it right with, or I did get it right. I say we because you were with me. Let's take the win together. We did get it right with 3371 being the lowest amount of diamonds. It's obviously the lowest amount by the amount we need according to the sheet, as well as by weight. So this one, 798, we're on 0.43 for the weight. And then it's 0.35 for 3371. But I don't know if you've noticed, we do have 0 black in this one. So that's quite a nice change. My last large painting, while the black was in no way horrible, the black was actually spaced out quite a bit. So it was actually really nice to do. Which was the Diamond Art Club, get my words out, Hannah Lynn painting. Because the black is quite spaced out, it's not horrible to do the 310. So I've just cut my sticker for that one because it won't go through the middle, and it's quite a large sticker. Let's put that smaller piece in, and then I'll put those 2 bigger ones back in with my dryer sheets and back in this Ziploc bag that they've actually sent to me in, which was really kind, because that is a very good idea that I wouldn't have probably thought of on my own. Oh, 3371 has been a little no static dream. Oh, what a nice way to end the diamonds kitting up. So I have in fact, I'm actually thinking while these are out, let's cut. I'm still going to keep those couple of small pieces, but what harm does it do to put a bigger piece in this bag? Maybe I'll go for this thinner one. To put a bigger piece in this bag and really give those diamonds a fighting chance at calming themselves down. And maybe with those being in like that, that will calm the static down a lot more. Let's do that. Okay, quick mini put bits away before I get the canvas ready. So I've got all this rubbish here that I actually normally put straight into my bin. Don't know why I didn't. Still have diamonds that have been a little bit hyper floating about. In fact, I've still got Ziploc bags in there from the last one I de-kitted. So I'll leave that out so that I remember to empty it. And then, so that is my diamonds plus the extra. Stickers often peel a little bit nicer off these bags. And I'm going to pop that on here, just in case by the time I end up kitting up more, I forget which one it is. It's not likely, but if it does happen, I would be gutted if I hadn't just put a label on it and made life easy for myself. So what I need to do now is prep the canvas. So for the canvas prepping time, let me move that, and I will move this, but I'm not putting it away because that will make me empty it. So these clear covers are great in the fact that they do mean it's a poured glue canvas. I love this sticker that they put on, because if you've ever peeled off the clear cover and accidentally put it on the wrong way, you know that is the biggest nightmare to get off known to man. However, I don't like working with them when I'm working on the painting. The reason being is I will start to do a section and I'll tell myself, I'll peel back a certain section, you know, even if we say it's a smaller bit, not that I start from the top, but we're on examples. So I'll pull this back and go, okay, I'm just working here, but then I'll just see, oh, just one more down here, oh, just one more down. Yeah, if I can see them, I will start canvas going all over the place, and it does me no good. If I can't see the symbols, or if they're under this, which is still slightly see-through but nowhere near the same amount, my brain doesn't register that they're there and tell me to go putting a diamond on it. I don't have to talk myself into or out of it, and tell myself to stay focused, because I just don't consciously look at the symbols when they are under this, because they're very hard to see. Okay, so I think I need to go a little bit closer if I want to do this section. Oh, I don't even know if I'm still going to make it in. No, that's too borderline for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to overlap these sections more than I normally would. It is a square, so I kind of feel like it's a little bit pointless to put one on the other angle, one going down, because then I'm just going to hit the same problem further down, because it is a 50 by 50 square. So we're going to go for a bigger overlap. And I'm not lining this up hugely with the squares, and making sure, you know, that I have a solid block. So this one, I can't get to the diamond on this end, but I can on this end. All that I straighten up as I am working on the diamond painting. So when I peel back a section to do, I neaten up any of the sheets surrounding it to make sure that my lines are straight and I'm keeping glue covered that I'm not going to use. This is going to take up a few sheets, but that's fine, because I've recently done all my other paintings, which means all my cover sheets are currently in my cover paper holder, apart from this one. Just taken that off the side. That was the one that I did the whip and chat on this morning. I did it this morning. You guys saw it yesterday. So it will be nice to do a square diamond painting. I was kind of hoping that it would pick the carrot art painting for me to do next. I'm not going to lie. I was quite looking forward to doing one of my newer ones, but I am going with the flow, should they say. Right, take off the rest of that clear cover. And it looks like we're going to have skinnier sections here on the bottom, but but that's fine, because what I may end up doing is actually doing them as bigger sections and uncovering 2. Or I may do 2 across equals 1. We shall see. As long as it is all covered, that is what I want. Okay, so that is now all covered with cover sheets, which is the way I prefer it. Quite often with a large painting, what I'll actually do is I will leave the clear cover on the top half, and I will just do 2 rows, and I'll move my way up. Don't ask me why I didn't do it for this one. I didn't think of it. If I'd have thought of it, I possibly would have done it. I'm trying to think now if that's still the best thing to do, because I didn't think that far in advance. I was actually thinking, because this fits on my desk flat, that I was treating it like a smaller painting. What I'm trying to think is, when it's on my easel, will I be exposing any? No, I don't think I will, you know. So I'm going to leave it as it is. I do have a sticker on the cover sheet, on the cover paper, if I did want to put it back. Anything that is bigger than this 50 by 50 though, I do roll on a piece of pipe lagging, or pipe, what's it called in other countries? It's basically a foam roll like you can get in some of your paintings, but it's got a hole in the middle. I normally roll a large painting on that so that I can manage it. But a 50 by 50, when it's on my easel, the rest hangs off the back of my easel without hitting anything. So I don't need to use it with that. What I may use the pipe lagging with is, as this finishes at the bottom, I may use it to roll the completed section. So that it doesn't drape over my desk and therefore I actually lean on it. I prefer to roll it and it tucks under the lip of my easel. So I'm going to leave this one like this for now. Let's be different. Let's go with my gut, which was to cover it in cover paper. And then when it comes to actually doing a section, I will probably peel up these 2 and do this first one as a whip and chat. But then this one's actually really straight. This one wasn't. So I've peeled them up and I'll reposition them so that they give me enough space to place my diamonds, but not enough space that I can pick up a load of other stuff. And I'll start here. So I hope you'll join me for the whip and chat where I start flying feathers. I'm going to start at the bottom because of the image. So this is the image. I'm going to start at the bottom because more of the excitement is up the top, and the beak is definitely further up the top, and I actually work better from the bottom anyway. I often default to the bottom unless the design is really bottom heavy, and in that case I'll work from the top, but often I then turn the canvas round and work upside down. So I'm going to start with the more boring section so that it gets more exciting as I go on, and then some of this top section where we've got a bit more white, I'm very nearly finished, so it's actually the point of finishing that drives me to finish it. If the section gets, you know, but I get that little spur on when I start to see things appearing. So I hope you'll join me for the first whip and chat for this. But Flying Feathers from Prism Diamond Painting is kitted up and ready to rock and roll. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.